girl was dying. Her dad put out a hit on the man who abducted her, and it went bad. They stuffed her in a burlap bag and handed her off to her father, who thought it was the man responsible, only it was his own daughter. While she laid in his arms, she asked for his forgiveness for the whole tragic mess. The poor guy was as broken as Yadro in a cement mixer. Her voice trailed off into a dulcimer whisper as she laid on the pavement in her father's arms in an alley on a starless night. Her name was Gilda, and this is the end of Act 3 of the opera Rigoletto. It's not just a story. It's a way to understand much about the Italian people: love, power, honor, joy, betrayal, vengeance, sorrow. Add a little pasta, Chianti, a cannoli, and you will have learned a lot of what you need to know about Italy, the country with the 11th largest gross domestic product in the world. Didn't teach you that at Wharton, now did they? Sure, you can look up that GDP thing in a book, but it might serve one better to come here, meet the people, drink the wine, eat the pasta, study the language, read the literature, see the art, and experience how things work here. Only then will you really get it. That's how you become truly educated. Where besides your own experience does wisdom come from? The vista, the writings, the art, performance presentations, the music that deliver wisdom and understanding. Back in the old country, we call those things the liberal arts. Know what's frightening as hell? We're raising and educating a generation of button-pushing chimpanzees. Sure, they're great with a mouse and PowerPoint is no problem, but what about critical thinking skills? We have amazing technology, but the sophistication of our machines has outpaced and outdistanced the discernment of those who operate them. We already have smart bombs. How about smart students? Look, I don't want an oboe player building the bridge that I drive over every day, but I'm just as shaky about the morally, ethically, and philosophically bankrupt individuals with lousy critical thinking skills who may be in charge of our pension plans, our laws, our courtrooms, and our kids. A recent New York University study found that half of American college kids make no significant improvement in their critical thinking, reasoning, or writing skills during the first 2 years of college. After 4 years, more than a third of these students show no significant gains in these higher-order thinking skills. They did, however, become proficient with a beer bong and unsnapping a front-loader bra clasp with one hand. Why? Because they're doing less of what a good liberal arts curriculum asks them to do. Lots of reading and lots of writing, among other things. As I see it, nobody can truly consider themselves educated without liberal arts study or at least some meaningful exposure. There is a desperate need for critical thinking, for complex reasoning, a need for creed, and that's where the influence of liberal arts comes in. According to that NYU study, students who majored in the traditional liberal arts showed significantly greater gains over time than other students in critical thinking, complex reasoning, and writing. Come on, put on your big boy pants and take a shot at Pasternak or linguistics, Ayn Rand, Mozart. Know what's great about becoming more knowledgeable in the liberal arts? It can also be a lot of fun. You don't really need a school to do it, though it helps. And hot chicks in Birkenstocks? Is there such a thing? They love it. To Kill a Mockingbird or Catcher in the Rye? Have you ever seen a Klimt? Would you like to see one? Apocalypse Now. You liked the film, now read the book. It's called Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad. Tennessee Williams' Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. Rent the film. Liz Taylor gives off enough BTUs to heat the Metrodome. It's not about the medium as much as it's about the ballet of life, the beauty and the beast within them and you. Neil Simon, Anything. You like horror? Google Goya. Listen to Aaron Copland's Appalachian Spring. Close your eyes and see what you see. You ever wonder why history repeats itself? Because the human condition is not totally capricious, and those who don't know history are destined to repeat its mistakes. You think that won't help you in business, your marriage, with your kids? A diminished capacity to feel and understand and experience humanity is like playing on your Game Boy while driving through Monument Valley. The greatest works of liberal arts took someone years, even decades, to complete. They chronicle sometimes a lifetime's experience, and it can be yours over a rainy weekend or in just a few hours. Art, music, performance, the written word, beauty in its many forms are the superhighway to your passion. They are the shortest distance between your heart's greatest desires and the awareness of knowing what those are. Corporate recruiters will tell you that large corporations are looking for graduates with effective spoken and written communication skills, something not so easy to find. Add functional fluency in a foreign language, and you've got a clear advantage. Why do you think that the CIA recruits at liberal arts colleges? There's a correlation between vocabulary and career success. Did you know that? Someone trained in the liberal arts is likely to have way above critical thinking and reasoning skills. It kills me to hear people ask, so what can I do with a degree in liberal arts? You can think, reason, feel, and fathom complexity better than others. Those are very transferable skills. It would be moronic to ask an athlete what is the benefit of weightlifting. It should be equally as moronic to ask someone who needs his brain muscle why they would study liberal arts. How much can your brain bench press or run the 40 in? The greatest thing about inscaping into the world of the liberal arts is that you put your images to someone else's words, lyrics, and music. You assign your own meaning and feeling to what you see in a picture, a photograph, or performance. Everyone has a prism through which they see life. Why not polish yours with the greatest offerings of a creative world? Sure, some of it's crap, but much of it's amazing. You decide what you like and what you don't. For God's sake, don't limit yourself to the kiddie pool of pop culture, infotainment, and newspapers, most of which have a less than high school graduation reading level. In the words of Dean Warmer, fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son. Hey, if you do it right, a journey into the liberal arts will give way to understanding the hardest person you'll ever get to know. Yourself. This is Jerry Fino, American expatriate, coming to you from Venice, Italy, on Radio Free Fino.